Okay, so today you catch me at my local again, TOS and Airfield in Northamptonshire, and I thought I'm going to share one of the coolest things that I have learned in my short time in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and that's flight level change. So let's get inside the aircraft and have a look. Okay, so the button we're going to be using is flight level mode. Okay, FLC, flight level change mode. Most common usage for this is sort of for taking off, yeah. So maintaining the optimum climb and speed for any given aircraft, including its weight and everything. And what normally happens is the aircraft can give you that here. So you see the Y number here, the 80. That is my optimum rate of climb, 80 knots in this aircraft. And it will climb to whichever altitude I tell it to climb to. So let's jump to it then. So the first thing we're going to need to do is set an altitude. I don't know. Let's go. It's a lovely day. So as long as it gives me time to speak, let's start with 7,000 feet, shall we? All right. And set the baro so make sure that altitude's all correct, which is around about 430 feet, something like that, above sea level where we are today. Engine's all running, fuel pressure's good, oil temp's good, oil pressure's good. Got plenty of fuel for what we're doing today. Everything's looking good. Did all the checks before I got to the runway. Okay, next thing we need to do is take off. So we're going to be using autopilot for this, all right? And also I will use heading mode. So if you want to set the heading to the direction you're actually going in, right click on your mouse and it will zap it straight to where you're facing, and we are facing 188 degrees right now. Okay, so there's a number of ways to do this, okay, and this is the way I normally do it. I normally set my optimum whilst I'm still on the ground, so I know what I'm going to climb at. So I hit my flight level change mode, and you can see it comes up with a couple of numbers. So standard flight, FLC mode, no knots and altitudes, okay. So on here you got your nose up and nose down button. In here it's swapped, so if you hit the nose down button you see on the speed bar changes the number. So you keep clicking on there. And that's 80 knots, all right, so cool. And once that's done, we're all good to go. So let's get a decent view of the runway then. Handbrake off, brakes on, take off power, and then we pull to the left, so a bit of right rudder. Bit too much. Rotating around 69 knots. Up we go. Yeah, it wants to go on its own, this aircraft. Okay, so climb altitude. Around about 7.5 degrees. Clear runway, flaps up. Autopilot on, so you'll notice now the flight director, the pink one, will level off to where it needs to be. So that's what the aircraft is set in, and you can see the speed is now dropping down to 80 knots, and that is flight level change mode, keeping us at that optimum speed or thereabouts. All right, so that's the climb altitude. What I say, sort of 12.5%, 13%, something like that. Okay, so that will take us all the way up, and it doesn't matter if you look over to the load. If I drop the load down to 78%, the aircraft will change its pitch to keep us at that optimum. Yeah, you can see it's changed. We've come down now to almost 10. So let's bring that all the way down to 75. or thereabouts, a little bit more. There you go, 74. So it's dropped us down again, and it's trying to maintain that optimum pitch level and the speed that we've told it to keep at, to keep us climbing. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to pull that down a little bit so ATC is not too loud for you. Hopefully you heard all that. So if I increase the power again, watch the pitch. Back up to 100%. See now it's increasing the angle of attack, so increasing the pitch the aircraft has to do to maintain that slow speed. Because if we pitch down to 10% again, the speed will want to increase. So it's trimming itself out to keep us at that optimum level to get us to 7,000 feet. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change that. Let's say 5,000. Bring it down to 5,000 when we get there. We're going to use it again just to change altitude. So I use it sometimes for changing altitude as well. It's just that the plane knows best, right? It's got all the computers on it, and these G1000s are really good. So that's what it does. Let's wait until we get up to 5,000. Let's have a look on the outside. Beautiful day here in Northamptonshire. As we're climbing up, here we go, looking south there, southwest. Sort of Buckingham to our west there, level with the aircraft. In front of us, sort of Milton Keynes. There's Silverstone Airfield. Let's have a proper spin round and have a look at Silverstone Airfield. Silverstone Airfield. Silverstone Racetrack. I do keep saying that. There you go, zoom in. There you go. Famous Silverstone Formula One racetrack as we climb up to 5,000. Are we nearly there yet? Yeah, we're getting there, 400 off. See who's about then while we wait for it to get there. So there's a few names I recognise I've seen around about. Generally, most people in A20Ns and A332s, all sort of commercial aircraft really. Right, we're back on. So there we go. Hit altitude. Let's read it back to, let's say, 80%. Or thereabouts. There we go. And the speed's going to climb, right? So it's going to take us up to speed. Let's say we want to increase altitude to 70, so 7,000 feet. All right. And we wanted to use flight level mode to do that. So if we hit FLC now, it's going to climb us at the speed we're at, because that's what the speed we were at when I hit the FLC button. And you notice it's going very, very, very slowly. Okay, you know, what's that? It's 100 feet per minute or thereabouts. And it's climbing really slowly. But we're in a bit of a hurry, right? So if we want it to climb faster and we're in flight level mode, let's just go back into autopilot. Bring autopilot back in. There we go. We hit the up one and we come down in speed, so the nose up button. Notice that now the rate of climb goes up, 350 now. And let's say, so a decent rate of climb for this aircraft is say 700 feet a minute. So let's back that off. And it takes time to get used to it, so I always go one click at a time and see what it's going to do. That's 450. Still 450. 2 clicks there. That should take us to 600, maybe 650. 700. There we go. 700, 650, 700 feet a minute. 600 feet a minute, and it's settled down 113 knots. So the faster I want to climb, the slower the aircraft will go, just to get that efficiency of the engine. So now we're climbing better. So if I bring that all the way down to what it said was 80 knots, slowly does it. See how fast it climbs now to 7,000. Look at that, 1,600 feet per minute. And that's how, guys, I use flight level change mode on the G1000s in the aircraft that I've been flying in the sim. And any aircraft that's got flight level change is a very similar principle. It's easy, right? And those people were telling me at first, well, why are you not using it? Why are you not using it? A few people that I know who fly Microsoft Flight Simulator, give it a go. So I watched a few videos, and here we are. I'm making my own video. Guys, please do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you for more vids very soon.